ABC 23, entertaining you.
ABC 23 News. We're here for you.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Helene Walagora. A drug kingpin who made millions in Center and Blair counties is sentenced. Charles Bellin was sentenced to 20 to 40 years behind bars today. Bellin had originally pled guilty but was looking to withdraw that plea. That fell short when he admitted in court he was in fact guilty but felt it was unfair that a co-conspirator was getting a lighter sentence. Prior to his plea bargain, if convicted, Bellin was facing up to 249 years in jail. A former Penn State student is arrested for attempted murder. 24-year-old Jamar McNorris of New York is accused of shooting Diamond Wolford at a party on Oak Lane in Patton Township back on October 4th. McNorris was arrested 3 days later in New York and extradited to Center County. He's charged with attempted murder in the first degree and 2 counts of felony aggravated assault. Police in Center County are heading to Luzerne County to investigate a possible connection between a murder suspect there and a missing Penn State student. Hugo Selensky was arrested after police in Luzerne County discovered 5 bodies in his backyard, in 2 of which he faces charges. Now Ferguson Township police are investigating whether Selensky is involved in the disappearance of Cindy Song, who's been missing since November 1st, 2001. A police informant told police Selensky abducted Song in State College. Her body was not among those found buried in Selensky's yard. State College police are investigating an incident that left a woman shaken and her car window shattered. Police say the woman was stopped at a red light on Fox Hollow Road at Park Avenue last night. She told police her rear passenger window broke suddenly after she heard what she believes was a gunshot. She says there was a car behind her at the time. Anyone with information is asked to call State College Police at the number you see on your screen. Neil Nadell's up now with your ABC 23 Center cast. Neil?
Good evening, Helene. It was pretty much a washout today. If you take a look at the radar, you saw there was a lot of precipitation across the region, but however, that is moving further off to the east and leaving clearer skies for tomorrow. Sun creeps back in. Temperature still on the cool side. State College going to come in at 54, Huntingdon at 55, Lewistown off to our south and east, a little bit warmer at 56. Other parts of the center region up in the mountains, you might see a little bit cooler. Temperatures might not even crack 50. Pine Glen going to see 49 for tomorrow, 53 in Unionville, 55 in Penn Cave, and also 53 in Phillipsburg. So the sun's going to come back. It's going to stick around for a while. I have all the details coming up in the extended forecast very shortly.
Thanks, Neil. Blame it on the rainy weather, but a recent survey finds Pennsylvania farmers got more bang for their buck this year. The Pennsylvania Agricultural Statistics Service reported today that forecasts showed a rise in production for many crops, including corn and apples. This year's yield averaged 120 bushels an acre. That's compared to 68 bushels an acre for last year. Nationally, the harvest was projected at a record 10.2 billion bushels. That's up 13% from 2002. Governor Rendell is making headway with the budget. House Democrats say there's an agreement in principle with House Republican leaders and the governor to secure votes for an income tax increase. And the move would help with the deficit and to fund education spending. A spokesperson for the governor won't confirm the agreement, but says it's definitely being discussed. 5 Pennsylvania airports are feeling like $1 million. Make that $5 million. The Altoona Blair County Airport is one of the 5 receiving a major funding grant. Governor Ed Rendell secured the $5 million in capital budget funds for airport improvements. Blair County will receive more than $300,000 of that money for the construction of an airport access road. New students at the University of Pittsburgh will be paying more next year, $1,000 more. The university is announcing a $1,000 surcharge on top of tuition and fees for new in-state students enrolling for classes in 2004. New out-of-state students will pay a $500 surcharge. The charges only affect new full-time students. Currently, Pitt's full-time tuition is more than $8,600. Coming up on ABC 23 News, the stakes can be higher when you think no one is watching. And get ready, it's Friday night, and that means Friday Night Football. Stay with us.
Rams.
A Blair County judge is stricken with cancer. Judge Hiram Carpenter says he has cancer of the tongue. Carpenter says it's in the early stages and has not spread. If he's out for a period of time, the other 3 county judges will take over his duties. Carpenter became a justice in 1990 and was sworn into a second 10-year term in 2000. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, gambling. Tonight we have details on how more and more people are trying their luck behind closed doors. Online gambling exploded onto the internet in 1995. Currently, it's a $6 billion business worldwide with more than 2,000 websites. But with people now able to gamble right in their own homes in secrecy, problems with addiction can arise.
Are people who have a sense of enjoying the risk, of excitement, like a challenge, feel life is boring and don't have enough activities in their life that give them a sense of meaning.
While most gamblers have a grip on their hobby, Dr. Rye says statistics show an increase in certain demographics of gamblers.
Only about 1 to 3% of people in our population have what is called pathological gambling or addictive gambling. About 1/3 are women, and of course the remaining 2/3 are men. But the rate of women gamblers are on the rise, as the rate of younger teenage and young adult gamblers are on the rise.
In fact, in a national study conducted by the University of Pennsylvania, 11% of 14 to 22-year-olds surveyed said they had gambled online.
Because of the ease of its use and accessibility to young people, again, they could be taken advantage of and find themselves sucked in to the point where it may become a problem.
Addictive, compulsive, and pathological gambling. They're all terms describing the disorder that has distinct warning signs.
You notice a difference in their job performance, in their academic performance. Obviously, you'll notice a difference in their financial performance, and there tends to be a denial or a continuation of the behavior in spite of increasing problems associated with gambling.
If you think you or someone you know has a problem with gambling, contact Gamblers Anonymous at the number you see there on your screen. Neil Nadell's up next with your complete ABC 23 extended forecast. But first, your winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers.
Comfort and peace of mind. As a Montour Oil customer, you can count on both. Comfort on cold nights with premium Montour Oil. Peace of mind knowing Montour installs premium brands like Thermopride warm air furnaces, economical boilers from Axman Anderson, or dependable water heaters from John Wood. For comfort and peace of mind, call Montour.
At your service round the clock, Montour Oil Service Company. You'll like the way we do.
Once again, YoPlay invites you to join in our Save Lids to Save Lives program. For every pink lid you send in, we'll donate 10 cents to the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, up to $1.2 million. Together, we can lick breast cancer. YoPlay, it is so good.
SMS Furniture is celebrating its 51st anniversary. Stop in for our 2-for-1 price recliner sale by Lane. Browse through our large selection of sofas and love seats by Lane and Brookline and mattresses by King Coil and Springwall Chiropractic. Since 1952, SMS Furniture has been locally owned and operated, specializing in solid wood furniture. Additional savings throughout the store during this once-a-year event. During our anniversary sale, receive a free gift with every purchase. SMS Furniture, Scalp Avenue, Richland.
Best Bargain used vehicles are now available through Ryder, Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep in Phillipsburg. Best Bargain used cars, trucks, SUVs, and minivans. The best selection with great warranties mean the best deal for you. We focus on best bargain prices, customer service, and a no-hassle buying experience. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it. Best Bargain used vehicles only available through Ryder, Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep. Route 322, Phillipsburg. Center County's only Best Bargain dealer.
Cold air has returned to the region. It was a cold night last night, cold day today with a lot of rain, very miserable out there, and another cold one for tonight. We take a look at the current temperatures already at the freezing mark, 32 degrees in St. Mary's, 43s in State College, Huntington, and Bedford, 40 solid in Altoona, and below 40, 36 in Points West, Johnstown, and Somerset. So the cold air is going to stick around for a while. Why? Well, we have this cold front that just moved through and packed a wallop in the way of the precipitation with a lot lot of rain out there, and some elevations might have seen some snowflakes as well with those cooler temperatures, but you see the precipitation has moved off to the east, and clearing conditions are going to be seen behind that. Why is that? Well, we got a very powerful jet stream coming in from the north and west from Canada, and it's moving in at a perpendicular angle to that cold front, and it's pushing it off at a very, very quick rate. It's going to give us some dry air, but it's not going to clear things out completely. This isn't a high pressure system where things get completely cleared out. There's still a lot of clouds left behind on the back side of this cold front, and then another system off to the north and west that's going to stretch all the way across to the Pacific Ocean. That's going to start to move in for the middle part of the week. And as it continues to move by, it's going to dump back some cool air, keep things chilly and seasonable for the next couple of days across the region. And now we're going to turn our attention to the fronts and see exactly what's going on out there. Yeah, there's the cold front. It's off to our east now, continues to move away, clears things out a little bit. Here comes the next system. The front end of it, not a lot of precipitation. In fact, no precipitation with it. It's going to keep it cloudy for a while until this high pressure slides in. That's going to clear things out and give us a lot of sun on Monday, but cool temperatures between this system circulating cool air in a clockwise direction and this one circulating cool air in the other direction. That's reinforcing a lot of colder temperatures right over the region. So here we go for tonight. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on for tonight. For tonight, it's going to be a cold. There we go. For tonight, 36 the low temperatures. The last of the precipitation is going to taper off. You might see some fog out there as the temperatures dip towards the dew points. And as for tomorrow, another cool day across the region. 54 degrees, but the sun's going to return. It's going to be a nice, crisp fall day out there. And here is your ABC 23 extended forecast. The next 3 days are going to be lovely, lovely days in the way of autumn weather. Temperatures very seasonable on Sunday and Monday. A lot of sunshine on Monday. Those low temperatures are very chilly. Maybe crack the 60-degree mark on Tuesday, but that's when the next system comes in and perhaps brings some precipitation. It should clear out, though, in time for next weekend. So the weekends are starting to look nice in the way that this is fall and it's going to be cool. It's going to be sunny, just the way you like it. So.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Neil.
No problem.
Well, that's all for ABC 23 News tonight, but stay tuned. Adam Baumwell and Eric Murphy have all your Friday night football highlights. ABC 23 Crunch Time is next.
Relax and enjoy homemade cooking at the Coal Miners Cafe, located in the heart of America's county, Somerset County. A family-style, family-owned restaurant where you'll feed your hunger and nourish your soul as you enjoy our comfortable surroundings and incredible gallery of pictures and mining memorabilia. Our Coal Miners Cafe is now offering the Big Miner Meal Deal, a 2-pound Angus burger, homemade curly fries, coleslaw, and a gob cake sundae. Our Coal Miners Cafe in Jennerstown, tastefully inspired.
Haven't seen us in a while? Come back to the Cat's Meow. The Cat's Meow in Lamont is your home to the extraordinary. Choose from the area's largest selection of silk arrangements or have something custom made to fit your decor. If you prefer fresh flowers, an arrangement from the Cat's Meow is sure to turn heads. Right now, enjoy 70% off select items and giftware and 30% off fall silks. Birthdays, anniversaries, any day. Say it with flowers or a gift from the Cat's Meow. Always fresh, always unique, always the Cat's Meow.
ABC 23 Sports. Crunch Time. Crunch Time, brought to you in part by the Family Clothesline, Suzuki Auto, Surplus City, Advantage Mortgage, A to Z Surplus, Value City Furniture, Laurel Auto Group, and Wolf Furniture.
Welcome to Week 8 of the high school football season, and thank you for joining us for Crunch Time. I'm Adam Baumwell, joined with Eric Murphy. Speaking of Crunch Time, we're coming down to the nitty-gritty right now. Teams have to start positioning themselves for the playoff push.
And no more apparent than tonight at Central Cambria. The Red Devils sitting in second place in the District 5-6 Class AA, hosting a very dangerous Bishop McCourt team, a Crushers team that will also be in that bracket with them.
Setting is perfect for our Laurel Auto Group Game of the Week. We head on out to Evansburg. It's a fog ball. Late in the second quarter, TD from the Red Devils made it 7-7 at the half, but CC starts the second half with defense. On 3rd and 3, Ryan Giles with a big stop, forcing a DeMoncus punt. The Red Devils get the ball and they take it to the air. Number 15, Tom Broley, to number 83, Tyler Templeton, a 34-yard strike, takes it down to the McCourt 34.
In last year's Central Cambria mostly ran the ball. These two young quarterbacks are coming along nicely, and they have that in their arsenal as well.
They also have Ryan Giles in the arsenal. Up the gut, 6 yards out. That would make it 13-7. But then Coach Buzzard, he just dips into his bag of tricks, and he would go for 2 right here. The holder, number 14, Brett Olzowski. It's number 87, Luke Espy. The 2-point conversion is good. Central Cambria goes up 15-7.
And in a game like this, you got to pull out all the stops, and they do that here with the onside kick on the very next possession. And check it out, they recover too.
And Wynoma Court highlights, while Central Cambria held the ball for 20 minutes in the second half, Crimson Crushers for only 3.5. But with 3 minutes left in the game, Ryan Giles, he puts the nail in the coffin. Here from 30 yards out, the Red Devils win this one by a score of 22-7, moving to 7-1 on the season.
So far this season, District 5-6 Class AA standings have been topped by Tyrone. The Golden Eagles coming back stronger than most expected and are gearing up for another postseason run. Tonight they hosted a tough Indian Valley squad. Cheerleaders are pumped and ready to go. Tyrone has the ball here on their second possession of the game. Leonard Wilson hands off to Bryce Murtiff. He scoots around the right end for a tough 12-yard gain. Very next play, Wilson will go to the air, finds Tommy Kroll down the right side. Kroll leaps up, grabs it, 30 yards in the play down to the 8-yard line. 2 plays later, Wilson sick of seeing the other guys do the work. He'll keep it, scampers around the right end, going untouched for a 6-yard touchdown. Tyrone up 7-0. They go on to win it. Also 7-1 in the season, 28-8 the final score. Their rivals, Bellwood Antis, hosting a playoff team from last year, Moshannon Valley. Shot of a very quiet crowd there. That's because, well, the teams are pretty quiet offensively. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Andis with the ball, the dump off to Derek Hoffer, sneaking out of the backfield. He finds plenty of room and makes it 30 yards on the play. And they run Mark Rogers several times to get down to about the 3-yard line. The Blue Devils got something cooking, but this is where the wheels fall off. With time running out, they try to take it around the right side, but he's met by a bunch of Moshannon Valley guys, and the ball's popped out and into the hands of Kenny Sloppy, no pun intended, on a sloppy field. He rambles about 50 yards, then gives it right back to Bellwood Antis. This game zeros at the half, but in the second, Mo Valley finds their mojo. They win it 13-7, the final score.
Somerset going to Penn Cambria, and it's a quiet first quarter. In the second quarter, however, the Panthers, they finally start to move. The pitch to Josh Casal, but wait, no, it's a reverse, but then a double reverse. But the Eagles, they would do a great job of sniffing this one out. Later, same drive, Mike Holzberger through the slop. He almost breaks it. He goes down to the 1-yard line. Holzberger would sneak it in a few plays later. Extra point puts PC up 7-0. And we apologize now to all the Somerset fans. We leave and they score a ton of points. And they win by a final score of 34-13. So Murph, a ton of stuff going on in Laurel Highlands right now. The teams we expected to win, they won though.
Well, yeah, top to bottom, it's starting to weed itself out. Playoffs just a week away now. Well, we're moved around a lot for you. Coming up, it's Laurel Highlands full steam ahead. Can Carroll remain unbeaten? More crunch time coming right at ya.
The one thing that all championship teams have in common is the advantage. Whether they have All-American players, a Hall of Fame coach, or the best fans ever, they all have the advantage. Buying a home is often like playing a sport. Tough defenses, competitive opponents, and harsh environments can make it nearly impossible to win. But you, like the greatest sports teams of all time, can have the advantage. Advantage Mortgage Services, your championship mortgage team.
Hi, I'm Doug Wolf, and these are my sons Colin and Owen, and we're here at Wolf's annual charity pumpkin sale. Tomorrow, or Sunday in State College, stop into any Wolf showroom and pick out a pumpkin, one for $3 or two for $5, and the entire proceeds will go to a worthy local charity. It's our way of having some fun and helping out those in need. So tomorrow, or Sunday in State College, stop into Wolf's, pick out a pumpkin, and help us out. Please join us.
If you have the skills, you can take your car from this to this by shopping Surplus City for your car repair and refinishing needs. We have an unmatched selection of tools for your next professional or do-it-yourself project, including wrenches, oil pans, creepers, engine stands, Mirka sandpaper, Sherwin-Williams paints, and much more. Surplus City has a variety of upholstery and headliner fabrics. Protect your car with one of 40 sizes of poly tarps. Surplus City, Altoona, Old Route 220 between the Bellwood and Pinecroft exits.
100 years of caring, 100 years of pride. We've helped your family then and now, a neighbor at your side.
At Northwest Savings Bank, we've been serving Pennsylvanians for 100 years, and this is just the beginning.
A century of service, your Northwest Savings Bank.
Whether you are fixing up, decorating, or just looking for something different for your home, you need
Welcome back to Crunch Time, our game of the week featuring two Laurel Highlands team, but it did not include the best team in the conference.
That's right, Bishop Carroll. Last year, at the end of last season, Bishop Carroll lost the area's top player, Nate Cruikshank. Questions surfaced, will Carroll be as dominant? Can they duplicate last year's success? Well, the answer to each of those questions, a resounding yes. At 7-0, the Huskies they sit atop Laurel Highlands right now, and Todd Koenig, the leading scorer in the area, led undefeated Bishop Carroll into Carrolltown tonight, taking on a struggling Cambria Heights squad. And Carroll looking for momentum heading into the playoffs, and if you need a big play, just hand the ball off to Todd Koenig. In the first, he breaks one down the right side for 35 yards, and that would set up this. Number 32, Paul Forcellini, he gets his number called, and he goes in from 3 yards out. The Huskies go up early, 7-0. Then, early in the second quarter, they call Forcellini's number one more time. This time, it's from 50 yards out. He would take the pitch right here and find the hole and scamper 50 yards. Carroll goes up 14-0 on the extra point and win this one easily by a final score of 48-8. And then Richland, Forest Hill tabbed as the father-son part two. Forest Hill's head coach Don Bailey taking on Richland and son Brandon. Real story were the conditions, heavy fog and a nasty field. Richland taking advantage, up 7-0 in the fourth, but the Rangers begin what is known as Sidman as the drive. Starts with a fake punt, Jude Wazorek through the sideline, first down Forest Hills. Later, it's Nate Shaw busting off another big gain. The Rangers, they smell six. A few plays later, they get it to Will Lazaration up the middle from 15 yards out, and that would make it a 1-point game. Don Bailey going for two on the next play and the win, and they keep it on the ground. Nate Shaw gets the call one more time right here. Easy money. They go in, they go up 8-7. Father takes a 2-0 lead in the series over their son. Forest Hills has never won 6 in a row, but they do it tonight. Final score here, 15-7. Westmont traveling to Bedford, 2nd 18. Early in the first quarter, QB number 7, Troy Harris, he just keeps it, takes it around the left side and takes it in. That was pretty. Extra point, no good, 6-0 Bedford. Then, does this play look familiar? Troy Harris, one more time, goes around the left side one more time. You think he likes the left side. 25 yards this time. It looks like he's in, but he's stopped on the 1-yard line. They call his number one more time. He goes in from 1 yard out. 2-point conversion, no good. 12-0 Bedford at this point. They go on to win 28-21.
Like we mentioned, the playoffs just 2 weeks away. No team has leapfrogged like Windber the past couple of games. The Ramblers at one time had to think there was a very real possibility they would not be in the postseason, but a big win over Conemaugh Township put Windber in position to win the conference and kept them in the middle of the pack for the District 5 playoff positioning. Tonight hosting Shade. Windber up 28-0, second and 2 from the 2-yard line. Dan Clark scores up 35-0 after the extra point. Messy conditions. Windber doesn't care. 30 seconds left in the third. They score it again, and they go on to win it big, 42-6. The final score. Ferndale taking on Berlin. Ferndale trying to ride the momentum of last week's win, but the Mountaineers doing what they do, riding Eric DeCarian, breaking through here in the first quarter. And he's off to the races. Long and gone. PAT is good, 7-0. Berlin now to the third. Ferndale still hanging around. Berlin looking for a cushion, and they'll get it. Adam Darr, the quarterback, on the keeper. He'll sneak into the end zone. Good thing, too. Turns out to be the winning play. Ferndale does score to make it close, but it's Berlin victorious 13-7, the final score on that one. So no surprises in the Westpac at all.
No surprise. It's amazing any points were scored with how bad the conditions were today. And we've had some good ones tonight. Standings in the Westpac and the Laurel Highlands starting to have a little more clarity. Coming up next, Portage looks to stay close in the Westpac race. More crunch time right after the break. Staying right here in the West Pack, Portage looking up at the leaders but are having another solid season. At 5-2, the Mustangs are using a balanced rushing attack to position themselves for the playoff push. 3 running backs over 400 yards apiece, while QB Danny Kowalczyk has done a nice job of spreading the ball around in the air. Hosting Myersdale tonight on senior night at Portage Area Stadium. The Stangs up 21-0 in the second. After an interception deep in Indian territory, they're knocking on the door again. They give it to Rick Thompson, and he cashes in. Extra point. That makes it 28-zip. But back come the Indians, aided by 30 Portage penalty yards. It's not hockey. Matt Stahl lofts one up for Drew Wiltrop. The sophomore is there, and he's in for 6, but it proves futile as Portage rolls to their 6th win of the season. The final score, Portage 48, Myersdale 12. And every show does it differently. Some throw together a highlight montage to music. Others end the show with a series of bloopers. We, however, have a very relaxed and comfortable Eric Murphy and the Wolf's Furniture play of the day.
Thanks a lot, Adam. It's that time of the show when we highlight a play that stands out from the rest. Before we get into that, we want you to have a chance to win this schnazzy recliner. All you have to do is send a postcard to ABC 23 1450 Scallop Avenue, Johnstown, Pennsylvania 15904. Write a note in care of Crunch Time Chair. Giveaway right now, tons and tons and tons of cards. Your chances getting slimmer as we go on. Let's go to our Wolf's Furniture play of the day. Back to Evansburg, Central Cambria trying to take down Bishop McCourt. They do, thanks to this guy, Ryan Giles, breaking off a 30-yard touchdown run. The nail in the coffin, making a big statement in the Laurel Highlands. Friday, not the only day they play football. Tomorrow, Conemaugh Township taking on the Conemaugh Valley Blue Jays, North Star, Blacklick Valley, Homer Center, United, Purchase Line, Marion Center, all 1 o'clock in the afternoon starts. It was sloppy. It was not fun. Neil, give us some better weather, dude.
It's going to be 100 times better tomorrow. If we take a look at the football forecast, sun's going to return to the picture. Cool temperatures, 49 to 56. It's going to be a cool, brisk fall day out there. Similar conditions in the Big Apple for the start of the World Series as well. So that's what it's going to look like for tomorrow. Take it away, Adam.
Thank you, Neil. That's going to do it for our show tonight. And if you didn't get enough of Eric and I, you can check us out again tomorrow morning on the Lions Roar. We'll review last week's game, break down the upcoming Big Ten matchup. Check it out, 11:30 a.m. on our sister station, Fox 8. Preceding that is Flash Forward, the St. Francis Red Flash football show. Join Eric, head coach Dave Ofar, and this week's players' guests as they discuss the team status heading into a bye week. Flash Forward starts at 11, also on Fox 8. Thanks go out to Jill Ream and our hardworking production staff, Roger Vogel and Mike Reed for shooting the games, Mel Nicolette, our producers, and thanks to all you who took time to call in scores. Thank you, Grizz. For Eric Murphy and Neil Nadell, I'm Adam Baumwell. Have yourself a great weekend.
Crunch Time has been brought to you in part by the Family Clothesline, Suzuki Auto, Surplus City, Advantage Mortgage, A to Z Surplus, Value City Furniture, Laurel Auto Group, and Wolf Furniture.